Hello there, and welcome to this video. So today it's pretty obvious what we're going to be doing, and this is something which I think works really well, not only for an ASMR video but also for general relaxation and maybe picking up a few tips also. For a long time I've been watching videos on all sorts of massages and techniques, and you kind of remember the good ones and the ones that you want to use. So I'm going to be doing a foot massage today, and we have a pair of feet here obviously, and hopefully that'll be really nice and relaxed by the end of the video, along with yourself. So what I'd like you to do is just sit there, have some chill time, enjoy the massage. If you're looking for some tips, then by all means try it on a friend or yourself if you can, but the main point of this is to have some chill time and be relaxed from it. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is just doing some gentle movements with the feet, and this is just loosening up the lower end of the body. And it's kind of like waking up the feet a little bit, so whoever's receiving the foot massage, they know that it's like it's ready for it. So, and when they're looking nice and loose, then it's time to begin with the foot massage. So the first thing I'm going to be doing at the moment, what I think is important, is to not plaster the foot with any oil straight away. Even if the foot's dry, I think it's good to just kind of let both parts of the skin, which is touching the foot, your fingers and the other person's foot, get familiar with each other, so when you get down to the delicate bits, then there won't be any uncomfortable moments in there, if you've got ticklish feet, for example, which hopefully you haven't. And this is not just tickling at the moment, it's not putting your nails in there, it's more just rubbing over the foot and underneath as well, whilst keeping pressure underneath the foot also, so it's all nice and relaxed, and you're getting both forms of contact here with the person who you're giving the massage to. And we'll change to the other foot also. Just the same process, just hand underneath the foot, make sure it's nice and loose, and then just put your fingers underneath and try not to tickle, but familiarize. That's the important word here. That's the thing we're trying to do. After you finish that process, I think it's very ready to start applying some pressure. If you want to apply some oil, now is kind of a good time to start, but for me, I think it's important to simultaneously rub both feet at the same time, so there's some sort of symmetry in there. There's something about that where you're doing the same movements in both parts of the foot, where it feels good and it feels good in your mind when you're receiving that as well. But that's what I imagine anyway. But all I'm doing now is just rubbing each toe with my thumb, and this should be good for releasing the pressure points on there as well. As you find with the feet that it is highly in tune with your body, everything is connected. Like there are things on your feet which if you hit a certain point, then maybe you can fix a pain in back, in your spine, in your head, etc, etc. So this is a really good little thing which feels really good as well, and you just pay close attention to each toe, and you're just literally pulling it up. So you're just applying a little bit of pressure at the bottom of the toes and lifting it up there, and that does feel really good, and it's a good way to activate the foot, kind of making it feel warm and comfortable. So I will try not to use massage oil and try and do this without using it, because I think some people think it's really important to have it, but hopefully together I can show you that you don't really need it. I think there are ways to have good massages without plastering your hand with oil. Even cream suffices sometimes, also it's just as good and somewhat more beneficial than massage oil, because cream you'll have more nutrients in there which is beneficial for the skin, whereas oil sometimes it gets a little bit greasy and uncomfortable. So all I'm doing now is just the same motion on the little pinky toes, and still doing the both of the feet at the same time. Okay. So what we're going to do is just lift the foot up, making sure everything is nice and loose still. And you just want to cup it in your hand, and I think it's good just to apply a little bit of pressure on there, just to stretch all the muscles in the feet, like you've done with the toes, but you're also doing it with the foot also. And this actually feels really good. When you apply a little bit of pressure, you're kind of guiding it back, and then just bringing it back again, and doing the same, just pushing it back a little bit, and then letting it fall naturally so it's nice and loose. So after you've done that, you're going to start applying the pressure. And what I'm doing at the moment is just at the middle of the foot, just applying sort of medium pressure with my thumb. Notice that I have my fingers on the other side, so you're still holding the foot at all times, and just running the thumb down the foot, and hopefully that really hits all those good points and you feel it not only in your foot but throughout the body also. I'm gonna try not to talk my way through all of it, just showing you key things which I do to try and make a nice foot massage and something that's good to watch also, because it kind of seems like whatever I'm saying, it's like I'm baking a cake or something and just going through the process, and it's not a process. You should just feel natural, and whatever you think feels good on yourself, then that's obviously what you want to perform on the person you're giving the foot massage to. Like for me, I can already imagine that down here, if you really notice your body and listen to it, you could feel certain points in it which are a little bit more sort of tight, like in layman's terms, stress, and that's the areas you want to work. So it's about feeling the body and just understanding it. So all you have to do is just watch and take tips if you want to at different techniques which I use and where I do them as well. Like we did earlier on with the toes, you're just doing inside the toes, and here you'll find there are plenty of pressure points in the foot right there. If you just slowly sort of pull the skin and just pinch it a little bit as you come out, that is something that certainly feels really good. So we just do it with 2 hands. Okay. So I think which I noticed on many videos which I watch, people tend to really work on this part of the foot. Obviously there's no muscle there, which is why you sort of probably see me focusing more on this part. Like those of you who train or exercise or go running or just do a lot of walking, notice that you can find a lot of strain on this part of your foot, and it feels really achy sometimes, so it's good to just really work in those points, and this is easily done by just running your finger in those muscular points of the foot, and you avoid this area here. This is why it's good to stroke that part of the foot. That feels good. You can respond well to that, but in order to make the muscles feel good in the foot, then nothing speeds, running your finger through it, but gently, applying gentle pressure. So here I'm just following the contours of the foot, so to speak, and just running my thumb down. This really helps to release pressure, and you can feel stress disappearing. Like I said, everything is connected, so all these movements you find have different effects and do different things. But I'm not quite sure which things they do, but I know on me, when I do these things, then I know how that responds in my body. So you sort of work with that sort of knowledge about yourself. So if you're ever wanting to do this on someone else, then, like I said, take that into consideration. So what I'm going to do now is just apply a little bit of cream. And now I could use the oil here, but I kind of want it to be more moisture in there rather than you putting on tons of massage oil and then you kind of lose the sensation of not tickling, but you feel, it just feels nice when you place your fingers up and down, and your feet really do respond well to that sort of thing. I find that's better with cream rather than massage oil. So what I have here is some cream, which would be perfect for the job. Now you won't need too much, but what you do is lift up the foot and just apply it, even spread around everywhere. This is really good. It's like a really nice feeling for the toes. Same way you kind of stretch your hands when they ache a little bit. If you're able to, of course, gently put your fingers in between toes as well, you're stretching but also creating a good connection between you and the person who getting a massage too. It's all about familiarizing yourself with all parts of the foot, and this is very comforting and also feels very good. So instead of doing the pinching like we did to start off with, what you'd be doing is gliding your fingers in between the toes, and this sort of motion really works well because it's kind of like when you give a back massage, when you apply pressure like with your fist in certain areas, then you kind of do the same. It's like using stones or something, because your fingers are able to make good movements in between the toes there. So just finish that bit off, and just stretching, not going too far down, not all the way, just a little bit, enough to separate them, and this should feel really good and get the stretch, but feel quite airy also. So pretty much the same thing for the other foot. Get the lotion again. Hold the foot and just put the cream everywhere, just rub it in. And some people like to use oil which is at room temperature, which of course is fine and it's probably the correct thing to do also, but I always find not freezing cold cream or moisturizer or oil, if that can even happen, but just sort of coolish sort of substance that you're using for the massage, and that's sort of brings the refreshing element to it, like you're having sort of bag of cold ice therapy on you, which I think would be really good for a massage also. So, same sort of thing, slowly interlocking your fingers with the toes, sort of wiggle them around a little bit, but don't push them all the way down, and then just take them out again, and then the same thing. I know that on me would feel exceptionally good, and for me I kind of have feet which a little bit like my hands, that I could move these last three toes by themselves and pick things up and pass them. Not that I do it, mind you, may do sometimes, but so it's good to just pay attention to some of the muscles there, make them feel good. Now that you've got some lotion on the feet now, it's good just to sort of rub it in fully, and all I'm using is my thumb and my index finger, and the thumb is applying pressure underneath the foot and the index finger on top, and this should feel pretty good, just moving the blood around and following the foot like you would follow the grain of wood. You do the same with your feet also. So here you wouldn't do as long motions, because like here could be a little bit more delicate than the outside, so just do smaller strokes there as I go down the foot, and then increasing it as I get to the side. So just applying a firm bit of pressure at the bottom, but running your thumb from the heel to the top of the toe. And that should be a really good pressure point for relieving stress. Just generally feel nice as well. So you've got full contact throughout. And this gives you a good opportunity to do those really nice circular motions on the feet. Same again on the other foot. So instead of saying that's your lot and getting up and then finishing the massage, it's always good to do something a little bit different to kind of wind it down, but also to let the person know, without telling them or doing anything, that the massage is nearing an end. So what I like to do, which I'll show you in a minute, and what I like being done on me, is instead of doing the pressure points on the foot and applying pressure in places, just to switch it up a little bit and do some nice long sort of stroking of the foot. And that's a really nice way to help the feet become a bit more sensitive, as whilst you've been massaging them, they become very familiar with your touch. So that's when I think applying the nails a little bit is a necessity, so it feels good and different. And that tickling sensation, even if you've got ticklish feet by the end of the massage, it wouldn't be a problem. It would just be something different, something to help finish the massage off. So it's kind of tickling a little bit, but I don't like to call it that because it kind of feels like the mind won't switch off when you know you're about to be tickled. So it's just doing something a little bit different, something that's soothing and really helps finish the massage off. And I know it's a foot massage, but I feel free to engage a little bit with the lower part of the leg, just to add some variety in there and to make sure it's not just strictly for the feet. It is intertwined with the body, and we're trying to make everything feel good, not only the feet. So it's a good way for both the bodies to connect and finish off the massage nicely. So enjoyed this massage. So like I mentioned earlier on, this is a foot massage which I have put together and things based on things which I've watched and seen by other people, and I know my body pretty well and what's good for it, and especially for the muscles also, including my feet. So it's just trying to use that knowledge and apply it to make a really nice, relaxing and comforting foot massage where you kind of get every aspect. It's not just deep tissue, it's not a tickly massage, it's not any one of those things. It tries to encompass everything with a start, a middle and a finish, and that's what I think is important for me anyway for foot massages. So hopefully you've enjoyed it and you've got some techniques there. If not, then you've enjoyed watching it and had a nice time to relax and enjoy the massage. If you get a chance to try it on your own, then feel free to do it on yourself if you're able to do that. If you can do it on someone else, then great. Always say foot massages one of the best kind of massages, because like I said, it's intertwined in with your body, so it hits all kinds of pressure points. So thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon in my next video. Take a look at my description page for details on videos, my social media, personalized videos, etc. It's all down there. So thanks for watching.